Welcome back to my YouTube channel, especially this video, which is another episode of the sleep Q&A that I publish every week on my YouTube channel. So in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is nighttime disturbances. So already this week earlier, we talked about being wired and tired in the middle of the night and not being able to fall back into sleep again. And this question is actually linking to that topic. So the question came actually from one of my members in the Sleep Skills for Life membership program. And I wanted to share it with you as well, because this is something that I actually come across quite often. So it's going to be good for you to hear about this specific scenario. So the question goes like this. I only manage to sleep for about 2 to 3 hours before I wake up because my partner moves or gets out of bed at night. So this is in the middle of the night. And then I'm not able to get back to sleep again. So this particular scenario is often when either couples or new relationships as well start actually sleeping in the same bed. Now, this particular scenario is going to be about a husband and wife. So this isn't about a new relationship. Those can come with different dynamics. So already the two people actually got really used to sleeping together in the same bed. But now these problems started to arise, and it's actually stopping the person being able to fall back into sleep again in the middle of the night. So this is a really great question because these scenarios can happen. So the reason you might be waking up initially in the middle of the night might be because of other reasons, but it's your ability to be able to fall back into sleep again. That's the important part here. Now, before I go ahead and answer this question, I just want to make sure that I introduce myself. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Really love to have you back. My name is Beatrix Schmidt. I'm a sleep coach, a professional speaker, and the creator of the Sleep Skills for Life membership program, where I take clients and people like you who struggle with long-term sleep problems through a practical plan so you can actually overcome your sleep problems and even insomnia through developing what I call sleep skills for life. So this is very much a practical skill set that you can develop to make sure that you can enjoy great quality sleep for many, many years to come and leave those sleep struggles behind. If you're interested, all the details are below. Come and check it out, and we'll be very happy to help you through actually overcoming your sleep problems. So let's come back around and go into this question that I've got from one of the members. So in this particular scenario, the person is able to fall asleep. So this is not a falling asleep problem. They're able to fall asleep, but then actually they wake up 2 to 3 hours later because of some noise or someone else moving around. Now, a lot of the times when this scenario comes in, straight away what we can see is that the person is probably quite sensitive to all these external things that are going on around them, whether or not that's noise, whether or not maybe in your situation, it could be just the movement, the other person moving in bed. It could be maybe noises from within the household. It can be lots of different versions. Now, what often shows here with this hypersensitivity or sensitivity is that your mind is not quite settled. It's looking for all these things that could be presumed dangerous, but it doesn't mean they're dangerous. But the mind is designed to protect us. So in between sleep stages, just like I mentioned earlier in this week, the video earlier this week as well, in between the 5 different sleep stages that you might go through the night, you naturally become a little bit more awake between 2 of them. But what should happen is you don't wake up, but you just transition into the new sleep stage and you continue sleeping through. When somebody is quite sensitive to some of these external things, what happens is when you actually transitioning between sleep stages, this is just one version, you get triggered out of sleep more, meaning you become more awake. And then you're not able to fall back into sleep because something else happens another trigger happens, and therefore you're not able to transition back into a new sleep stage and continue sleeping. So when it comes to sleeping in the bed with someone else and they moving around and they might be doing something, a lot of the times what I've seen is it becomes frustrating that now we're pointing the finger at the other person and saying, well, I woke up because of them. So it becomes quite an emotional part, which means that you might not, if you don't actually get emotional about it, you would fall back into sleep, not even think about it, and off you go, sleep through the night. But often people get emotional about it. They get frustrated, and then when the body gets frustrated, frustration as an emotion have physical signs as well. That means your body and your mind isn't really relaxed, safe, comfortable. It presumes that this thing is potentially harmful or dangerous, and so it gets you more awake. And that's a natural process, that's a protective mechanism that we have built in as humans, that if something crazy happens around us, we tend to wake up in the middle of the night because we want to be protected. That's the flight and fright situation there. In this scenario, what I always say is, first of all, we need to deal with the emotional side. Just because you've woken up because your partner or your other half has moved around, it doesn't mean that it's ruined your night. So the first step is actually calming yourself down and not starting to get frustrated about it. And I know this isn't easy. I remember times when even I had some struggles with other people sleeping in either in the same room when I was on holiday and so on. So these are all similar. So you got to deal with the frustration. What I normally say is you got to accept that you are living with someone else. And sometimes there is this resistance about, well, if I could, then maybe you would potentially even sleep in a different bedroom. Now, that's not necessarily a good solution either. So decreasing the frustration, meaning either you do a breathing exercise to be able to work through that frustration so the body becomes calm and fully relaxed again, meaning higher chance of sleep will be there. Frustration is not going to lead to sleep, as one example. Another thing that I said to this particular person, actually, and it works really well as a preparation for these kind of things, is during the day, you think about the fact that you are living with this person, you are sleeping in the same bed, but that's okay. They might wake up, but that's okay too. I probably can guarantee that sometimes when you're tired enough, you are actually sleeping through without waking up from this person moving around. And again, this was the case in this person's scenario as well. So if you don't wake up every single time, that means sometimes your mind is letting it go and it's not disturbing. But other times, often when we attach emotions to it, are the times when you actually become frustrated, and therefore it gets you more awake. Generally speaking, that emotion will get you more awake. So if that resonates with you, then during the day, it's really about self-coaching and saying, right, I am going to be sleeping with this person. Maybe they will wake up, but it does not have to equal me waking up and struggling with sleep as well. The two are different. How you respond, you're in charge of. The thing might happen, but it doesn't mean that you have to actually respond to it by not allowing yourself to fall back into sleep again. And I'll give you one of my examples. So I was living in a flat back in London, and when I moved in, I knew that there's train lines behind the actual building. And my bedroom was facing the back of the building where the train lines was there. So initially, the first couple of weeks, I would wake up every time a train would go past, either late in the evening after my bedtime or early in the morning before I was due to wake up. But I didn't make a deal out of it. I just remained calm. I understood that my brain is looking for these new things that might be perhaps a sense of danger in some shape or form, but it doesn't mean that I can't get used to it. So I remained calm. I actually had a chat with myself every time I might have woken up and say, okay, yeah, I understand. Is the train going past? It's completely okay. I'm safe. I'm comfortable. I'm okay. And I fell back into sleep again. And when you do that, your brain learns the different noises, means it's not going to respond to it as quickly and with as much emotion, as much frustration. Now, I know that this isn't probably the easiest to apply, but it's a very good long-term solution to these kind of problems. It's a training process. So think about it as a training process to get your mind accustomed to all these different noises that might be happening in the middle of the night. It takes time. And especially when I look at these kind of things, when it involves other people as well, you've got to work on it, because it's so easy to get emotional about these things, but the emotion is the one that almost drives away sleep. And again, a word of warning, there can be many different reasons why you wake up in the middle of the night. There can be sleep disorders involved as well, so it's really important not to self-diagnose. So this video is really about that mentality that you can address rather than anything else that might be actually contributing to that problem. So let me know how this has helped. Practice it. It's important not just give it a go one time and then accept a miracle result, because retraining the mind not to respond so quickly and be so sensitive to all these different things that are going on around you takes time. So put it in place, practice it. Remember that you need to just remain calm, have a conversation with yourself about, yes, this is not a dangerous situation. I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm comfortable. Again, there can be different times when perhaps people are in abusive relationships, so we're not talking about those extreme things. It's just literally getting your mind accustomed to relaxing back into sleep when something woken you up. So I hope this video helped. If it did, hit the like button below. Let me know if you've got a question that maybe you want me to answer in the coming weeks. You can put them in the comments below, or you can visit the link if you're not happy sharing openly, and I will respond and record an answer to your question as well. So thank you again for watching. Hit the subscribe button below if you want to start receiving notifications when I post new videos. That little bell will help you with that as well. And otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the new video next week. So thank you for watching.